It has now been 51 years since Queen Margrethe II was crowned on January 15, 1972. The popular royal, who boasts an approval rating of more than 80%, had much in common with the similarly admired Queen Elizabeth II, her third cousin. Here, we take a closer look at Queen Victoria's great-great-granddaughters' relationship over the years. Queen's first love, Queen Elizabeth's corgis remained at her side during her final hours. Queen Elizabeth's beloved corgis were with her in the room during her final hours at Balmoral Castle, reports claim. Read more about the Queen's final moments here. The pair had an extremely close relationship, with Margrethe revealing that the late monarch had made an enormous impression on her, as she dedicated her life to her country. In an interview with ITV ahead of the Queen's Platinum Jubilee, Margrethe told how she could remember her relative taking to the throne at just 25 years old and hoping that she would not be as young when her own father died. Explained why the Queen has inspired her, Margrethe said, "The way she has faced her duties, the way she is dedicated, but also that she does it with a smile." In 1953, the laws changed to allow women to take to the throne in Denmark, and in 1972, Margrethe, like Elizabeth, began her lifelong dedication to her country. She told Walden Reading, "The 15th of January 1972 has been my purpose in life since the age of 13. I am yours. My task now is my country, for my Danes." Queen Margrethe said the late monarch was an inspiration to her. Image, Getty. Both Elizabeth and Margrethe used nicknames when speaking to each other. Image, Getty. The pair used nicknames for each other, with the Queen calling Margrethe Daisy, and Elizabeth known fondly as Lilibet. Margrethe is known as Daisy or Aunt Daisy, because, in both Sweden and Denmark, the flower is known as Marguerite. She has even used the name when signing official documents. Both monarchs also shared a love of dogs. While Elizabeth was known for her adoration of corgis, having had more than 30 in her lifetime, Margrethe is fond of dachshunds and has owned several. Margrethe, when speaking to ITV, also told how fond she was of the Queen's voice and its special tone. The 82-year-old said that in her mind, it is an attractive voice, as she can feel the humor through it. While she said that the Queen could look very serious, she said she had a marvelous sense of humor. Read more. Queen Margrethe marks Golden Jubilee with stunning new picture. Queen Margrethe, like the late monarch, is fond of dogs and owns several dachshunds. Image, Getty. The Queen and Margrethe waving at the public from balcony in Copenhagen during a state visit in 1979. Image, Getty. When the pair would meet, they got along very well, discussing all manner of things, from what was happening in their respective countries, to their families, their children, and what they had been up to, according to reports. The late Queen went to visit Margrethe, who celebrated her Golden Jubilee last year, and her family on several occasions. In 1979, both she and the Duke of Edinburgh went to Denmark, with the Queen riding through Copenhagen in an open carriage alongside Margrethe as part of what was a lovely occasion, according to Margrethe. Elizabeth also visited the Nordic country before Margrethe took the throne in 1957 as part of a state visit. Again with Prince Philip, the Queen was hosted by King Frederick IX and Queen Ingrid, Margrethe's parents. After riding around in open carriages, the Danish and British royal families congregated on the balcony at Amalienborg Palace, waving at the adoring crowds, just as they do at Buckingham Palace. Don't miss, man, 22, charged with murder of 26-year-old Elle Edwards, latest, mum fumes after 6-year-old shoots teacher, Insight police officer jailed after wife laced cupcakes with his semen, report. Margrethe was one of the first monarchs to pay tribute to late Queen, writing a letter to Charles. Image, Getty. Trending. Margrethe was one of the first monarchs to pay tribute to Her Majesty following her death on September 8 last year. She sent a touching letter to King Charles, sending her warmest thoughts and prayers to the new monarch and Queen Camilla, following the Queen's death, which she said had deeply moved her. Describing the Queen as a towering figure among the European monarchs and a great inspiration to us all, she added, "We shall miss her terribly." Prior to the event celebrating her 50th year on the throne in 2022, Margrethe requested on Instagram that a minute silence take place in remembrance of the Queen.